Yet, I say. I'll remind you again, she laughs. I tell her, love is showing up, even when it hurts. She says, you always give too much. I answer, that's how I know it's real. Daniel meets us after work. He grins and says, you two make plans like a married couple. Emily nudges me. Someday, she says. I reply, I'm building everything around you. Daniel adds, I've got your back, always. I believe him without doubt. We talk about trips, better jobs, and a quiet home. Emily whispers, I want a life that feels safe. I promise, I'll make it safe. She squeezes my hand. Don't disappear, she jokes. I say, I never will. Still, signs slip by me. Emily misses calls. Daniel answers for her. She's busy, he says. I nod and tell myself, patience proves love. At night I think, I've been left before. I don't say it out loud. Emily fills that hollow place. When she goes quiet, I lean in harder. I tell myself, if I give more, I won't be abandoned. I don't protect my heart. I offer it fully, believing silence means nothing, and love will be enough. I choose trust over fear, and it feels right today still. I text Emily, are you okay? No reply. I wait 10 minutes, then type, did I do something wrong? The screen stays empty. I call her phone. It rings until silence answers me. The next morning I write, good morning. Nothing. At lunch I whisper, please answer, like she can hear me. I replay her last words. I'm just tired, she said. I'll call later. Later never comes. I go to her apartment and meet Sarah. Is Emily home? I ask. She avoids my eyes. She's busy, she says. Busy with what? I press. Just stuff, Sarah mutters. Tell her I called, I say. Sure, she replies, already closing the door. I sit in my car and call again. Voicemail. I send. I'm worried. Then, I miss you. Then, please talk to me. Each message feels heavier. My chest tightens. I think, maybe I talk too much. Maybe I loved too loudly. Silence hurts more than anger. Anger explains itself. Silence deletes you. I stare at my phone and think, I'm disappearing. Something is wrong, I know it. I just tell myself, one more hour, one more message, one more chance. I'm not ready to hear goodbye yet. I breathe, wait, refresh the screen, and promise myself I will survive whatever truth finally answers me when the silence ends completely. I walk into the cafe she loves, telling myself, one coffee, then I'll leave. I hear a laugh. Emily's laugh. It cuts through me. She says, stop, you're making a scene. Daniel answers, I don't care who sees us. My feet freeze. I stand behind a shelf and listen. Emily sighs, I felt stuck with him. Daniel says quietly, I never planned this. She replies, he loved me too much. Daniel murmurs, I didn't want to hurt him. I swallow and think, you already did. Emily says, he wouldn't understand. Daniel answers, we should have told him. She snaps, not yet. My chest tightens. I press my hand to my mouth so I don't make a sound. I want to step out and scream, look at me. Instead, I hear my own voice in my head asking, was any of it real? Emily laughs again and says, it just happened. Daniel whispers, I'm sorry. I step back. I tell myself, don't cry here. I turn toward the door. Every step feels heavy. Outside, I breathe like I've been underwater. I don't confront them. I don't beg. I carry the truth alone, and I know, in this moment, my trust dies quietly, without a goodbye. I think of every promise, every night, every future, and realize I was already alone before today broke me completely in ways I never questioned before. Days blur together. Mark stops by my desk and says, you didn't eat again. I shrug. Not hungry. He asks, do you want to talk? I say, no. My phone keeps lighting up. I don't answer. I hear Emily's voice in my head. I'm sorry. Daniel's follows. I never meant to hurt you. I whisper, then why did you? No one answers. Mark brings coffee. You look wrecked, he says gently. I snap, please leave me alone. He pauses. I'm here anyway. I turn away. At night I argue with myself. Maybe I was boring. Maybe I loved wrong. I stare at the ceiling and think, if I forgive them, will the pain stop? I imagine texting Emily, it's okay. My chest twists. It's not okay. I replay every smile, every promise. I ask the dark, why wasn't I enough? Silence answers me again. I stop caring about food, work, time. I sit on the floor and say out loud, I gave everything. My voice cracks. Something breaks, but something else shifts. I realize loving them more won't save me. I don't feel strong. I just feel empty enough to change. I don't know how yet, but I know this pain can't own me forever. I breathe slowly, telling myself this collapse is the beginning, not the end for me. Lena calls and says, you sound gone. I answer, I am. She says, come over. I sit across from her and stare. They betrayed me, I say. Lena replies, I know. I ask, how do I fix this? She shakes her head. You don't fix them. You survive yourself. I argue, if I understand why, it won't hurt. She leans forward. That's a lie. I whisper, I still love her. Lena says, love shouldn't erase you. Her words hurt more than shouting. On the walk home, I open my phone. Emily's name stares back. Daniel's too. My hands shake. I hear Lena's voice. Choose yourself. I block them both. The screen goes quiet. I say out loud, this silence is mine. I pick up extra shifts. Mark asks, are you okay? I answer, I'm working. Nights feel empty, but focused. I save money. I stop checking messages that won't come. I don't feel healed. I feel stubborn. Some nights I cry and say, I miss you. Other nights I say, I deserve peace. Each choice hurts, but it's forward. I realize I don't need revenge. I need distance. For the first time, I'm not waiting to be chosen. I'm choosing myself, slowly, painfully, and on purpose. I breathe, remind myself change begins here, and accept the pain without running anymore. Dr. Harris asks, why are you here? I say, I'm afraid people leave. He nods. Who left first? I answer, everyone I trusted. He says, then we work there. Weeks pass. I work, sleep, repeat. Mark says, you look steadier. I reply, I'm trying. Friends mention Emily. She fights with Daniel a lot, one says. I shrug. That's not my business. In therapy, I admit, I chase love until it runs. Dr. Harris replies, and now? I say, I'm staying still. He smiles. Good. I breathe easier hearing that. Someone tells me, they don't trust each other. Another adds, they argue about you. I feel nothing sharp. I just say, I hope they figure it out. I surprise myself. At night I tell my reflection, I'm not abandoned. I hear Emily's old words fade. I hear my own voice grow louder. I don't ask for updates. They arrive anyway. Silence works on them now. I don't feel joy about their cracks. I feel calm. Karma doesn't rush. It walks slowly, like healing. I finally understand I don't need revenge. I needed space to heal, and while I rebuild quietly, their foundation shakes without me touching it at all. I tell myself growth is quiet, patience is power, and peace feels stronger than anger ever did inside me. I keep moving forward, trusting time, not people, to finish what pain started. My phone buzzes. Istare. Emily's name. My hands shake as I open her message. I'm sorry. I lost myself. I read it twice. Then a third time. I don't reply. She texts again. Can we meet? Just once. I type, okay. At the cafe, she looks smaller than I remember. Her eyes meet mine, full of regret. She says, I never wanted to hurt you. I nod, silent. I got scared, she whispers. I didn't know who I was anymore. I ask, where was I in all this? She looks away. I say, I didn't need perfect love, just honesty. She pauses. I was wrong. I say, it's too late for that. She asks, can we try again? I shake my head. No. She lowers her eyes, and I don't cry. I don't yell. I just say, I deserved more than silence. She nods, tears falling. I stand up and say, goodbye, Emily. She reaches for my hand, but I pull away. Outside, I breathe deeply. For the first time, walking away feels like power, not loss. I realize I'm not broken anymore. I'm free from waiting for words that came too late that I told Lena. I forgive them. She looked surprised. Does that mean you'll take them back? I shook my head. No. Forgiveness is for me, not them. Mark asked, why forgive at all? I said, holding anger is like drinking poison. He nodded slowly. So you let go. News came that Emily and Daniel broke up. It didn't last, a friend said. I didn't smile. I whispered, I never wanted this to be their end. But I didn't want it to be mine either. I remember the nights I lay awake, repeating, I forgive, but I won't forget. Forgiving didn't erase the pain. It cleaned space in my heart to grow. One day, Sarah asked, how are you so calm? I answered, I stopped fighting shadows. I focused on me, my job, my small apartment, my peace. Sometimes I miss the old dream, but I tell myself, growth means moving forward, not looking back. I'm learning to stand alone without bitterness. I am not the man who waited for silence to end. I am the man who chose peace instead of pain. Forgiving freed me, not from memories, but from the chains that kept me trapped. And that freedom, I'll never trade. I used to think silence meant pain. Why won't you answer? I'd ask the empty phone. Now I say, silence is mine. It protects me, not hurts me. Mark says, you seem different. I smile, I'm stronger. I'm wiser too. I don't need noise to fill the space anymore. Some nights I sit alone and say, I'm okay. I'm not afraid of being lonely now. Loneliness doesn't mean emptiness. It means freedom. Emily's silence broke me, but silence taught me. It showed me who I am without her voice. I learned to listen to my own. I didn't win by getting back or revenge. I won by becoming whole again. I tell myself, this peace is real. One day, Daniel called. I let it go to voicemail. I don't want to hear the excuses. My heart no longer holds that space. I stand outside my apartment and breathe deep. I'm enough, I whisper. No more waiting, no more hoping. Silence used to terrify me. Now it feels like a shield. I survived the worst quiet and found myself on the other side, strong, free, and ready for what comes next. That is my victory. Not in words, but in silence that no longer hurts me.